Dear friends, today's video is all about nouns. In this lesson we will learn about the different kinds of nouns there are in English, and we will also look at some rules to keep in mind when using them. We will first talk about abstract and concrete nouns, then we'll look at proper, common, collective and material nouns, which are a very important area. And finally we'll turn to the most important topic relating to nouns, and that is countable and uncountable nouns. Before we start, let me tell you one thing. If you have any questions, write down in the comments section below and I'll talk to you there. Without wasting any further time, let's begin the video. Okay, so, first of all, what is a noun? I'm sure you know the answer to this. A noun is a word used for giving a name to some person, place, animal, thing, feeling or idea. Let me give you two examples. Tom likes to go to the restaurant and eat burger. Tina is a good girl. Here in the first sentence there are three nouns. Can you identify all of them? The nouns are Tom a person, restaurant a place and burger a food. In the second sentence Tina a person. So, we can say that a noun is a naming word. Now we will look into the types of noun. Noun can be divided into two main categories, and they are abstract noun and concrete noun. First, we will discuss about abstract noun. What is an abstract noun? An abstract noun is the name of quality, action or state belonging to an object, such as, the news of Bowlen Art's bravery reached the king. Kindness is a great virtue. The ferry entered the earth's gravity. Everyone should like honesty. The words bravery, kindness, gravity and honesty in these sentences are abstract nouns. This noun refers to a thing that does not exist as a material object. We can't see, touch, hear, smell or taste these nouns. We can only feel them. Remember two important things about abstract nouns. 1. An abstract noun has no visible figure. 2. It does not have plural form. Let me give you few more examples. Ability, bravery, beauty, anger, childhood, comfort, horror, envy, happiness. Now we will discuss about concrete noun. What is a concrete noun? A concrete noun is the name of an object of sense. That is, an object which can be seen, touched, heard, smelt or tasted. Let me give you few examples. Boy. You can see a boy, you can touch him. Flower. A flower can be seen, touched, or smelt. Dog. Similarly, a dog can be seen or touched. Next. Bird. A bird also can be seen or touched. Concrete nouns are of four kinds. They are proper noun, common noun, collective noun, and material noun. Now we will discuss about proper noun. Do you know what is a proper noun? A proper noun is the name of one particular person, place, thing or event as distinct from every other. A proper noun specifically refers to a person, place, thing or event. Let me give you some examples. Sanjoy lives in Mumbai. February comes after January. The Christians read the Bible. Sanjoy, Mumbai, February, January, Christian, Bible. In these sentences are proper nouns. They are the names of particular people, place, month, community and book. Let me give you few more examples. Sachin Tendulkar, Kolkata, the Himalayas, the Quran, the Hindus. You should be noticing that all these words are written with a capital first letter, and that is actually a rule in English. Proper nouns are always written with a capital first letter. Remember one thing, Proper nouns have no plural forms. Proper means belonging to one only. Now, I'm giving you 5 sentences. You have to identify the proper noun. 1. Egypt is the gift of the river Nile. 2. Nicholas Vedder was a friend of Rip. 3. Shakespeare wrote King Lear. 4. London is the capital of England. 5. The Bible is a holy book to the Christians. I'll give you 30 seconds. Your time starts now. I hope you have found the proper nouns. Let's check how far your answers are correct. In the first sentence, Egypt and Nile are proper noun, because they refer to a particular country and river. In the second sentence, Nicholas Vedder and Rip are proper noun, because they refer to specific persons. In the third sentence, Shakespeare and King Lear are proper noun, because Shakespeare was a very famous writer, person, and King Lear is a book written by Shakespeare. In the fourth sentence, London is the name of a city and England is the name of country. In the fifth sentence, Bible refers to a special book and Christians refer to a specific religious community. So, they are proper nouns. Now let's talk about common noun. A common or class noun denotes no one person or thing in particular, but is common to any and every person or thing of the same kind. Common means equally belonging to many. Let me give you some examples. 1. Trees give out oxygen. 2. A bird has a beak. 3. A woman came here. Trees, bird, woman in these sentences are common nouns. They are the names of their classes. Let me give you few more examples. Women. It doesn't refer to any particular woman, but the entire class of women. University. It doesn't refer to any particular university, but any university in general. City. It can be any city, not any specific city. Similarly, restaurant, river. Remember 2 things about common nouns. 1. Common nouns are used both in singular and plural numbers. 2. Common nouns always need articles before them in singular number. Now we will discuss about the difference between common nouns and proper nouns. The difference between common nouns and proper nouns becomes clearer when they are listed side by side. In this chart, all the nouns on the left are common nouns, and all the nouns on the right are proper nouns. For example, man is a common noun because it can mean any man, but Jacob is the name of one man, one individual. So, Jacob is a proper noun. Woman, in the same way, could be any woman, but Victoria is the name of an individual, so, a proper noun. In the next 2, city and country are common nouns, but Kolkata and India are the names of one city and country, so proper nouns. Similarly, University of Cambridge, Google, Chinatown, Christian, Spanish are proper noun, with the days of week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are proper noun. Okay. Now let me ask you a question at this point. Did you notice one thing? Jacob, Victoria, Kolkata, India, University of Cambridge, Google, Chinatown, Christian, Spanish are written in capital first letter. We always write them with the first letter capitalized because they are proper nouns. And I have already told you earlier, that proper nouns always begin with capital letters, and it's the same thing with months as well. From January to December, all months are written with a capital first letter. Don't forget this rule. Proper nouns are always capitalized or always written with the first letter capitalized. I'll tell you one more trick about how to spot a common noun and a proper noun. A common noun answers the question, "What is it?" A proper noun answers the question, "What's its name?" What is it? It is a bridge. The word bridge is a common noun. What's its name? It is London Bridge. The name London Bridge is a proper noun. Now I'll give you few words. You have to identify the common and proper noun. Shakespeare, book, elephant, grapes, Nile, Los Angeles, street, China. Your time starts now. I hope you have successfully filtered the common and proper noun. Okay, let's check how far your answers are correct. Book, elephant, grapes and street are common nouns because they don't refer to any particular object or thing. And Shakespeare, Nile, Los Angeles and China are proper nouns because they specifically refer to a person, river, city, and country. Hence, they are proper nouns. Now let's talk about another interesting noun, and that is collective noun. A collective noun is the name of a group or collection of persons or things taken as a whole. Collective nouns are words that denote groups. Let me give you few examples. 1. A clump of trees stands there. 2. A herd of cows grazes in the field. 3. A pack of cards is contained in it. Clump, herd, pack, in these sentences are collective noun. They denote the collection of trees, cows, and cards respectively. Remember two important things about collective nouns. 1. A collective noun stands for one collection. 2. A collective noun usually used in singular number. Let me give you few more examples. Team. It is a collection of players or persons. Choir. It is collection of singers. Mob. It is collection of people, especially one that is disorderly and intent on causing trouble or violence. There are a lot of collective nouns in English and they can be very interesting to learn. Let's look at some common examples. A group of players is called team. A team is a collective noun and it means a group of players, or it could even mean a group of workers in a company. In the list a lot of examples are given, but I want you to guess the collective nouns before I show them to you. What do we call a group of students? A group of students is called class. Similarly, a group of sheep is called flock. Can you guess the word which is used for a group of workers or employees? That word is staff. A group of fish is called shoal. What about a group of singers? A group of singers is called choir. A group of bees, swarm. A group of trees, forest. There are also collective nouns for keys. If I have 5 or 6 keys in my hand, do you know what we call that? We call that a bunch of keys. Collective nouns are interesting, but there is one problem. Collective nouns are difficult because there are so many of them. So, what can you do? You can learn the most common collective nouns. If you learn the most common ones, you can fluently use them in daily conversations. But sometimes you might be in a situation where you want to use the collective noun, but you don't know it, or can't remember it. Let's say you want to say a gang of criminals. But you can't remember that word, gang. What can you do? You can just use a word, group. A group of criminals and your meaning will be clear. Or you can say a bunch of things. A bunch of is a common collective noun. Like a bunch of grapes, for example. If you use them, your meaning will be clear. But one reason to learn collective noun is that if you use the correct collective noun in a situation, it will make your speech sound stylish. So, try to learn as many as you can. For your perusal, I'm giving you some examples of collective nouns which are frequently used in day-to-day English. 1. An army, or regiment of soldiers. 2. A band of musicians. 3. A board of directors. 4. A bunch of keys, flowers. 5. A bundle of sticks. 6. A collection of coins, stamps. 7. A crew of sailors. 8. A crowd of people. 9. A fleet of ships. 10. A flock of sheep, birds. 11. A herd of cattle, deer. 12. A hive of bees. 13. A pack of hounds, wolves, cards. 14. A swarm of ants, bees. 15. A stack of corn, wood. 16. A troop of singers. I hope this will help you to enrich your vocabulary. Now let's talk about material noun. Do you know what is a material noun? A material noun denotes the matter or substance of which things are made. It is also called mass noun. This noun refers to a material or substance from which things are made. Let me give you examples. 1. A ring of gold is costly. 2. The knife is made of iron. 3. The toy is made of steel. Gold, iron, steel in the sentences are material nouns. They are the materials from which ring, knife and toy are made. Let me give you few more examples, such as copper, oil, sugar, milk, mutton. Let me explain it a bit more. River is a common noun, but water, of which it is made, is a material noun. Sheep is a common noun, but mutton, the flesh of a sheep, is a material noun. Please keep in mind two important things about material nouns. 1. A material noun is never used in plural number. 2. A material noun never takes a or an before it. Let's look at some more example of material noun. Materials noun from nature. Water, air, silver, gold, iron, copper, sand, coal, rock, sunlight, rain, earth, salt, etc. Materials noun from animal. Egg, meat, honey, milk, silk, leather, wool, etc. Materials noun from plants. Cotton, food, oil, wood, jute, coffee, medicine, tea, rubber, perfume, etc. Man-made material noun. Acid, alcohol, asphalt, brick, cement, butter, chalk, ghee, cheese, cloth, etc. Let's move to the next section. But before that, let's recapitulate what we have learned till now. We learned that an abstract noun has no visible figure. It does not have plural form. We also learned that proper nouns are always written with a capital first letter. Proper nouns have no plural forms. Proper means belonging to one only. What did we learn about common nouns? We learned that common nouns are used both in singular and plural numbers. Common nouns always need articles before them in singular number. We also learned that a collective noun stands for one collection. A collective noun usually used in singular number. And what about material nouns? We learned a material noun is never used in plural number. A material noun never takes a or an before it. Okay. Now we will discuss about countable and uncountable nouns. Nouns can also be classified generally as countable and uncountable. This is the very important area. First, we will talk about countable nouns. Countable nouns stand for something that can be counted using numbers. Let me give you some examples. 1. Birds have colorful feathers. 2. Trees give us many things. In these sentences, birds, feathers, trees and things are countable nouns. They are used in plural number. I'm giving you few more examples. I can say that 1 boy, 2 boys, 3 boys, etc. In the same way I can say an apple, which means 1 apple, or 2 apples, 3 apples. Similarly, we can say men, which is the plural form of man. In the same way trees, house, etc. Remember 2 important things about countable nouns. 1. A countable noun is used in singular and plural numbers. 2. A countable noun always needs or in singular number and often many in plural. And also keep in mind a very important thing. That is, only common nouns are countable nouns. Now we will talk about uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns stand for something that cannot be separated or counted as individual units or elements, though they can be measured. Let me give you 2 examples. 1. The air in the village is pure. 2. Honesty never goes unrewarded. Air and honesty in these sentences are uncountable nouns. They are not used in plural number. Remember 2 things about uncountable nouns. 1. An uncountable noun cannot be counted. 2. An uncountable noun is not used in plural number and need no article before it. Let me give you few more examples. Water. Let me explain it to you. We can't count water. We do not say, I have 1 water, 2 waters, 3 waters, 4 waters. It doesn't make sense. Instead, we say 1 liter of water. Liter is the measurement unit of any liquid. In the same way, we can't count coffee, because it is a liquid. Similarly, sugar, sand, are so small, that if you try to count the individual particles that would be an extremely difficult task. Love and advice are abstract noun, because they are feelings and ideas. Most abstract nouns are uncountable noun. Now, with the help of a table we will make a comparison between countable and uncountable noun. Boy, apple, men, trees, house, elephant. These nouns can be counted. We can say 1 boy or 2 boys or an elephant. But in case of water, air, grass, sand or love we can't count them. We can't say 1 air or 2 air. It doesn't make any sense. Countable noun is used in singular and plural numbers, and it always needs or in singular number, and by adding any numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 we can make them plurals. For example, we can say that 2 boys are playing football. There are 5 coconut trees behind my house. I saw 2 elephants in the zoo. Uncountable nouns can't be used in plural number, and need no article before it. But as I told you earlier, we can measure uncountable nouns. So, we can use units to talk about quantity. For example, I can say, please give me a glass of water, 3 tablespoons of sugar, or I'm drinking a cup of coffee. Pounds and kilograms are measurement units of mass. We can say, 1 kilogram of rice, 2 kilograms wheat, etc. To ask questions, we use the expression, how many with countable noun. Like, I can say, how many boys are there in the class? Or, how many houses are there in your village? In case of uncountable noun, we use the expression how much. For instance, I can ask, How much do you love me? How much does this cost? Note one thing. I told you uncountable nouns can't be counted. But now you may ask me, hey, we can count money. So how can you use how much instead of how many? Money itself, such as dollars, francs, pesos, and pounds, can be counted. However, the word money is not a countable noun. The word money behaves in the same way as other non-count nouns like water, sand, air, and luck, and so, it has no plural form. You wouldn't say I have 5 money. You would say I have $5 or francs or pesos or pounds. Because many is used with countable nouns and much is used with uncountable nouns, the sentence should read how much does this cost? Or how much money does this cost? So, money is uncountable noun. When any question is asked and we don't know the exact number or quantity, in that case we use quantity expression. With countable nouns we use a few, and with uncountable nouns we use a little. For example, he has a few books. Or, I can say, he eats a little rice, which refers to small amount or small quantity. Now, what about big amount or big quantity? With countable noun, we use many, and with uncountable noun we use much. For example, they have many books, which means a lot of books. He eats much rice, which means he eats a lot of rice. It indicates large amount. The expression some or a lot of can be used in both cases. For example, I can say, some boys are absent in the class today. Or, I have some books in my bag. We can also say, a lot of boys are playing in the field. I have a lot of books in my home. In case of uncountable noun, we can say, add some salt in the soup. Or, give me some sugar in my tea. We can also say, he eats a lot of rice. In case of making question, we can use the expression, any in both cases. For example, is there any book here? Or, is there any salt in the pot? I hope you have understood the countable and uncountable nouns. Now, I'm giving you 5 sentences. Find the countable nouns or uncountable nouns in them. 1. Milk is dear now. 2. The door is closed. 3. Biscuits are made of flour. 4. I bought 2 kilos of sugar from the market. 5. Children play with toys. Your time starts now. I believe you have found out the answers. Okay, let's check how far your answers are correct. In the first sentence, milk is uncountable noun. Because we can't count milk, we can only measure the volume or quantity of milk. In the second sentence, door is countable noun, because we can count it. In the third sentence, biscuits are countable noun, because we can count them. And flour is uncountable noun because we can't count flour, but we can measure it. In the fourth sentence, sugar is uncountable noun, because we can't count the particles of sugar. We can only measure it. And the noun market is countable noun, because we can count it, and it is also a common noun. And only common nouns are countable noun. In the last sentence, children and toys are countable nouns, because we can count them. Now I'm giving you one paragraph. Just go through it, and find the countable and uncountable nouns. Standing on the seashore, the two friends were watching the night sky. They looked at the stars in wonder. They felt the soothing breeze and heard the frolic waves roaring in the sea. Your time starts now. Standing on the seashore. Here the seashore is countable noun because we can count seashore. The two friends were watching the night sky. The word friends is countable noun because as it is mentioned here, two friends. And the word sky is uncountable noun. We can't count the sky because the sky is endless. They looked at the stars in wonder. Here, in this sentence, the word stars are countable noun because we can count star. We can say 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. They felt the soothing breeze and heard the frolic waves roaring in the sea. Here, the noun breeze is uncountable noun. We can't count breeze. It's an abstract noun. We can only feel breeze. And remember one thing. Only common nouns are countable nouns. As breeze is an abstract noun, so it is an uncountable noun. Waves and sea are countable nouns because we can count them. Now, I will take a test. I'll give you few nouns. You have to find the countable and uncountable nouns and write down your answer in the comment section. Let's see who can answer them all correctly. Woman, creature, oil, bed, bravery, tiger, air, hero, toy, petrol, key, joy, box, water, salt, flower, honesty, flower, news, cow, wood, butter, ice, book, egg. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. To stay tuned, please subscribe our channel.